Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Random Hunts in Monster Hunter World. It's currently part 44 for my video series, and it is the 14th of September 2018 as I am recording this. So I'm putting up a Deviljho optional quest here. I do that because I don't believe, actually, I was going to say, because I don't have any Deviljho investigations, but you know what, I haven't even checked. I mean, the chances that I do have a Deviljho investigation are pretty low, but we don't know until we actually have a look, so how about we go and have a look. I will have a look and see. Oh, lots of new limited bounties, so exciting. So I can't actually accept any of these, as you can see, because I have the maximum number of investigations accepted, which is very frustrating. I wish there wasn't a maximum, But, that's a number of rewards there. And you know what? That probably wouldn't be too difficult for me to solo, so I'll probably accept that at some point. Hopefully I don't forget to do that. I don't want to bother with that now, because I don't want to linger too much before actually doing the quest, so yeah, anyway. Oh, yes, that's right. So I'm going to be firing an SOS flare here. I'm not going to try and join via SOS, so I'm going to pray that there's no fucking cutscene or anything like that. It's an optional quest, so there shouldn't be, so I should be able to SOS flare immediately, so yeah. Anyway, yesterday I started playing Generations Ultimate for the first time. Possibly you're wondering why I'm playing World, despite just now having Generations. Well, the reason why is because I don't want to exactly ignore World. I want to still continue playing this game. I haven't actually played World for PC for, I think it's been almost 2 weeks now since I last played World on PC, so therefore I really don't want to miss out on... Hold on, I need to go ahead and find my SOS flare. But yeah, I don't want to miss out on, I guess, certain levels of endgame when new monsters come out, like Kulv and Lunastra and all the other monsters that are going to be coming out after that. And I know all the monsters, but I don't want to spoil it for the people who perhaps don't want to be spoiled, because I know you people are out there. I don't really know where Deviljho hangs around in the Ancient Forest. I really haven't fought him too many times in this game, because by the time he came out, I had stopped playing the PS4 version of World, or at the very least, I had slowed down my play of World at that time to almost, 0, so I'm not even going to bother picking up that shit. There's Kulu walking around anyway. That's a big Kulu, is it? Is that a big Kulu, or am I just being stupid? I don't know. It's possible that I'm just being stupid. I don't really want to solo this Deviljho. I have already soloed 2 of them so far. I did one in an investigation. One in an expedition. And then one in the... I think it's the special investigation, as it's called. So, yeah, I don't really want to solo a 3rd one. It's just a little bit boring. I don't like to play solo in any Monster Hunter game, really. And that is inclusive of World, so I'm just hoping that people are actually going to respond to this SOS flare. It's a little bit strange. I almost want to say that there's a queuing system. See, now that the join request settings are finished here, a number of people are going to join, so at least I would guess should be another person coming. It's just that how I have noticed things working when it comes to SOS quests is that, I'd love to find some fucking traces of this Deviljho, by the way. But yeah, how I've noticed is that the SOS flare system works is that sometimes you can go for several minutes without anyone joining, and then all of a sudden, everyone joins in. They pile in. Which almost indicates that there's some sort of quest queuing system, It's not going to appear to other people until, your quest is... It has finished waiting in the queue or something like that. I don't know. Or it's finished loading or something. I'm not sure how it works, but anyway. Still haven't found this fucking Deviljho, and I'm only hunting with one other person right now, which is not ideal for multiplayer health for the monsters, so hopefully we will get more people coming. This is so frustrating. I don't know where the Deviljho is. And of course, I will have to put up with this every single time we get a new monster coming, because then I won't have the research level up for that new monster to be able to find it immediately. And that's just one thing that really bothers me about World. I hate the whole tracking system. It's just complete bullshit. I'm not interested in it at all, and I have discussed that in the past anyway, so I don't really want to reiterate that. But at least I'm finding some Deviljho evidence over here. Maybe he likes to hang around in this area in particular. I mean, clearly. Seeing as though I couldn't find any evidence of the Deviljho apart from this particular area, so maybe he only hangs around here. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty clear actually that he is only hanging around in this general area. So now I'm being guided to perhaps more Deviljho evidence, and probably not directly to the monster at this point. You know, I don't even need to mine here, but I'm doing it anyway, because I'm a slut for items. Jojo has found something as well, apparently. Jojo being that guy's feline, but yeah, I would love more people to join the quest. There we go. Just as I said that, a guy called Maka comes in, so you know what? 3 people versus a multiplayer health monster is perfectly fine. So, yeah. At this point I'm being guided to the next footprints, and you fucking asshole! Why would you withdraw from the quest? You are literally a turd. Go kill yourself, thank you. Anyway, I'm not toxic at all. No, seriously, that person would be better off 6 feet under. So, hopefully there we go. Yes, as I said, hopefully we will now have the, I guess, scout fly level up high enough to be able to track the fucking thing. Honestly, the Ancient Forest is also a really awful area when you're trying to find a monster, especially when you don't have their research level up. I mean, if you know generally where they hang around, it's okay, but if it's a monster like this and you just don't really know where they are, sometimes you can be looking for a really long time. He's just casually walking around with a great Jagras in his mouth. It's always nice to see. Of course, Deviljho in this game is basically one big fucking hitbox, which is always nice, but that's Capcom 2018 essentially, so that's always good to know. It's probably pretty dangerous to be nearby Deviljho when he's swinging Great Jagras around like that. I'm sure that I would end up getting hit as well. As you can see, we're getting more people joining now. We should be at the maximum number. Honestly, Great Swording Deviljho in this game is really garbage because his hit zones are not consistent. I think when he is not enraged, his hit zone is, or his weak hit zone, fucking hell. You want to actually do something, Deviljho, instead of just swinging your body around, just, ugh, it's so annoying. Anyways, so, I think his weak points, while not enraged, are his legs, which is completely ridiculous. And then, when he's enraged, it sort of becomes his stomach, but not really. It should always be his stomach, long story short. Oh yeah, and I think his tail is weak when not enraged as well, so yeah, I don't really know. It's just ridiculous, in my opinion. But, yeah, long story short, I just want to kill this guy for the Deviljho Dual Blades, because I'm now working on the Dual Blades and trying to get all elements for the Dual Blade weapon type, and I already have an armor set up for the Dual Blades, which includes, I can't remember all the skills, but I know it definitely has Marathon Runner, I think it's called in this game. Basically reduces the stamina depletion of things like Demonized Mode, so it's actually very useful. Because of course that's... come on. You are so obnoxious. I just don't like him in this game, I'm sorry. I love Deviljho in the other games. It's not that he's more difficult in this game, it's just that I feel like he's less interesting. He moves around and he's just a big hitbox, you know, that you can't really run underneath him in this game. You could in the other games. He's, how I describe it, and I've described it before, but I'm not sure if it was recorded or not, but basically his hitbox in the old games was centered around his face. In this game, his hitbox is everything. Literally, his entire body is a hitbox, so, you know, it's like a Fatalis, but maybe a little bit less ridiculous. And then also, his stupid foot stamp in this game, while the foot stamp has almost a non-existent hitbox, to be honest, which is probably a good thing. How the game makes up for that is by having Tremor be fucking awful, just generally, so yeah. You can see that I'm not doing too much damage on the tail anymore because he is now enraged. And yeah, that's just life with Deviljho, unfortunately. So, I'm going to hit the stomach here. Yes, it is now the weak point. Thank fuck for that. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to the stomach being the weak point. I think my first Deviljho that I hunted on camera was actually a really particularly large Deviljho. That's what I believe. Because I could barely even reach his stomach with whatever I was using at the time. I can't remember if it was a greatsword or what, but I couldn't even reach his stomach. It was truly awful, but I haven't had that problem since, so yeah, that was definitely a really huge Deviljho that I was fighting for my first Deviljho. And ultimately he left the locale after what I believe to be even less than 15 minutes, so... I think it's kind of cheap that Deviljho's weak point here is his legs, because it kind of... The idea is that Deviljho would be resistant in his legs, but then if you hit his legs you will knock him over eventually, so it kind of balances out in that way. But in this game it's like, nah, you get to knock him over and do a lot of damage in his legs. It's like, well, that's not what you call a balanced game, but anyway. I guess World doesn't really care about that. As we know, the endgame weapon balancing is really fucking awful and all of that, so... See, the head will always remain a weak point, but because it's a Deviljho, the head is just not a good thing to aim for. Because it's difficult to get a consistent hit off on his head. It's always moving around, you see. Damn, now I have to get to the stomach. See, otherwise I would have just been aiming for the stomach at all times. What I don't understand is why the stomach suddenly becomes resistant when he's not enraged. It's just like, well, how does that make any sense? It's just silly to me. Because, Brute Wyverns are pretty consistently weak around the stomach and, you know, front legs, front arm, whatever you want to call them, area. So, you know, I don't understand, long story short. Uragan's hit zones also blow my mind in this game, but anyway. I won't, I might actually pick up this footprint. Yes, I'm still getting my Scout Fly level up here, so it's going to be quite useful. I just want to get that level up as quickly as possible so that I don't have to bother with this stupid tracking system. Oh no, guys, Kulu's going to leave the locale soon. That's not good. Anyway. So this optional quest here, I would imagine, is not going to disappear at any time. It's probably just one of those... what? I thought I just picked up some honey. No, okay, so there must have been, like, a Deviljho footprint or something. I thought I was picking up honey, but no, I was instead picking up Deviljho stuff. I thought that I had picked honey and leveled up my Deviljho discovery. That would have been quite crazy, but anyway. I don't really like Deviljho's breath in this game either, but anyway. So I'm aiming for the stomach here. Yes, he is still enraged, fortunately. Oh, God. So... the legs are indeed no longer a weak point. I was just confirming that there. Thanks for that, mate. Honestly, the... oh, that was the charge blade that he upswung me with. It's even worse than upswinging with a switch axe, to be honest. Fucking charge blade upswing, you gotta be kidding me. Anyway. Oh, turf war with a Basil. I didn't even hear Basil because I am not playing with sound right now for reasons that I described in my previous Random Hunts video, I believe I did. Also, the reason why I'm not recording Generations Ultimate right now is because this game here is a lot easier to just get into a hunt with. Like, I can just immediately get into a hunt and it's nice and easy, whereas in Generations Ultimate, it's a bit difficult to keep up the momentum for myself because, you know, waiting to get a good room together is kind of annoying. On top of that, I think it would be more entertaining for me to record Generations Ultimate when I'm in sort of endgame G rank. I'm not currently in endgame G rank, so you'll have to excuse that, but anyway. I'll probably wait until I have gotten a little bit further through Generations Ultimate before recording random hunts for it. So, yeah. Oh. Here's a good opportunity to do some damage. I don't have any traps on me at the moment, because I'm very lazy with traps in this game. I don't know why, I just don't feel like they're necessary at all. Maybe it's because the game is just so... it's so easy that I just don't feel like I need the edge of using a trap. Or something like that. And I generally don't feel the need to capture in this game either, so... Of course you get all the people going, why don't you capture in World? It's like, well, actually... you don't necessarily get more rewards. You just get different rewards, and you don't get cards, so it's not necessarily better. Unless you're trying to get an item that drops easier if it's captured. So, for instance, an item that doesn't really drop as a carve, but is quite a common reward, it's obviously better to capture in that scenario. And then this is the reason why you use Earplugs on a greatsword set. I have seen people not use earplugs on greatsword sets. Like endgame greatsword sets as well. People are just really clueless sometimes when it comes to weapons. Hammer and greatsword, having earplugs is pretty much a requirement, so never forget that. It's just very, very important. I don't really know if I need any tails for the dual blades. I probably do, to be honest. It would make sense if you just... Really? I bounced? Oh, I'm on green sharpness at the moment. That would explain it. Let's go ahead and sharpen right now. I think I have 2 levels of speed sharpening? No, this is just normal sharpening at this point. Oh, look out. Ugh. But yeah, so I haven't really played. I know I said that I hadn't played in 2 weeks, and then I proceeded to tell you how I had killed some Deviljho, but that's literally all I had done since coming back from Tasmania, where I was on holiday for 10 days. And the reason why that was only 10 days and yet I haven't played World for almost 2 weeks, as I say, was because I was actually quite sick before I went on holiday, so I was not even in a position to play World, so I was extremely sick actually. It was really quite bad. So, and that's pretty much what was going on there. Can you stop jumping around and maybe stay in one place? Because, you know, I've got a greatsword, man. Oh dear. Basil is back. I don't have any dung pods. At least not anymore. Maybe this true charge will hit him. Yep, ooh, looking good. Didn't really get a weak point, but that's alright. Still, some damage is better than no damage, isn't it? It's always good to live by. I don't know if Deviljho's main weakness is still dragon in this game, or if it's thunder. Although, by world standards, it's probably going to be something like 3 stars for both thunder and dragon, so I don't know if that means equal damage, or if it's just world giving you a really lazy indication as to how effective the element is, but anyway. Deviljho is now limping away, and I guess it is on my head. It'll either be on my head to do the wake up hit, or Nojas or Noyas, or however the fuck I'm supposed to pronounce that name. Sometimes you just see names online and you go, how do I pronounce that? Because the way you would imagine it would be pronounced is just really awkward and not nice sounding at all. But anyway, maybe some people feel that way about my name here. I don't know. But anyway, let's go for a charge shot here. Oh no! Earplug is actually being helpful on a greatsword set. Who would have thought? Anyway, really? Oh, you're so boring. Fucking world players always capturing, always. Because, you know, I was seeing... anyway, I was seeing on the Steam forums someone complaining, why don't people ever capture in World? It's like, well... Or someone was saying, why is it that people even towards endgame can't capture monsters? I don't know if he was referring to, like, capture quests or just capturing monsters in general, but he seemed to be of the opinion that capturing is better overall, so I don't know. Oh dear. So I got some tails. I'm of course aiming for a gem generally. It's always good to get a gem. I will need it for the final upgrade of Wrath and Rancor. But, and that of course is the dual blade setup. I'll show you my guild card here. I think I've recorded enough for this part of Random Hunts either way, because that was a 15-minute long quest and I was recording a little bit before that as well, so we're probably looking at around 20 minutes at the moment. So I'll probably end it there. But, yeah, I'll show you my guild card currently, keeping in mind that this guild card is pretty much my progress as of almost 2 weeks ago, so yeah. The only progress beyond that was like 1 use in the greatsword, and I think 1 use in the bow and then 1 use in the longsword. So seriously, we're looking at more or less what I had my guild card at around 2 weeks ago. And the reason why I say that is because, well, because I was playing so much back then, if I were to continue playing at that frequency for 2 weeks, beyond that, this guild card would be way more developed than that. It'd be above Hunter rank 100 at this point, but it's not. So anyway, just thought I would mention that. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I'm currently working on getting the greatsword uses up to 110, and then I will move on to dual blades. And in the meantime, I am of course trying to get some dual blades. I don't actually have any at the moment. At least no fully upgraded ones. So that's what I'm currently working on. I'm getting the Deviljho dual blades first and foremost because it's something, you know, somewhat new and interesting to fight in the game at this moment. So, you know, while I don't find Deviljho to be that fun of a fight in this game in particular, I think it's nice to just fight something a little bit different. So I'm focusing on getting the Deviljho dual blades first and foremost when it does come to the dual blades. So yeah, I'm going to try and abstain from using the dual blades until I get to 110 uses on the greatsword. I'm still not really done with my greatsword crafting as well. I still want to get this thing, which is the Zora Magdaros greatsword. But as you can see, I've got this fucking Zora gem that is just not dropping for me. But to be honest, I haven't really been doing too much Zora anyway, so that's probably part of the reason why I still don't have it. I also want the Poison Greatsword and the Paralysis Greatsword, so that's Puke and Great Gyros. So I'll work on that eventually, but for now I want to try and get some dual blades while I'm sort of in the mood to do that. Let's have a look at weapon forging. Not greatsword, you turd. Dual blades, thank you. We're going to go to tree. We'll go down to the very bottom where Deviljho will be. See how we're going for materials. We are going pretty well for materials, therefore we will create it right now. So this is of course the first level out of 2 for the Deviljho dual blades. Going to see what the upgrade requirements are. We will sort based on tree. What really annoys me about the weapon display here, like in the equipment box, is that it's just not the same as the original games. You can't actually get it exactly the same. It's really frustrating. So what it used to do was sort by the tree and the rarity. But here you can't sort by both the tree and the rarity. You can only do one or the other. It's fucking ridiculous. Why would you have it be different? So the idea is that it's pretty much sorting by, of course you've got great swords, then long swords, then sword and shield. That's normal. But the way that it doesn't sort the great swords by rarity and then the long swords by rarity, that bothers the shit out of me. Can you not do that, game? But I mean, I say that, but it's not going to change because it's Capcom. But anyway, what I'm probably going to do with these weapons is just put 2 affinity augments on it, and that's going to be pretty useful because I'm pretty sure each affinity augment is plus 10, which will be nice. So then that will bring it to 0% affinity, so as opposed to, of course, minus 20%, which will be pretty good. And yeah, I can't remember what my... Let's have a look at what my current dual blade set is. I say current because it's still subject to change based on the decorations that I get as I continue to play the game. But my current dual blade set has these skills, so it's sort of got some speed sharpening, it's got max handicraft attack, so more or less it's just, I don't know, pretty normal sort of armor set at this point, but once again, subject to change. I can probably, oh no, I probably wouldn't bother with critical boost at the moment because I don't really have any critical skills on this armor set, so yeah, because I did recently get a critical boost decoration, which is very good, so yeah. At least I'm pretty sure that I did. I did. I'm almost positive that I did, so let's have a look. See that? Critical boost. So that's my critical boost jewel. Very good jewel to get in the game, one of the better ones. You know, things like agitated jewels, critical jewels, charge bow plus, things like that. That's what I want, but and that's what everyone wants, really. Everyone who knows what should be aimed for, but anyway. I wouldn't mind getting some good Agitator armor sets together later on. Of course, Agitator is the new name for Challenger. Challenger is always very good. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next part of Random Hunts. Whether or not it will be in World or some other game, I'm not sure. But for now, I will probably be recording as much World as I can, just to sort of keep me going in the game. I don't want to fall behind once again. And I feel like I've already fallen behind just by not playing the game for a week and a half or so. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But at least I've gone and dealt with Deviljho now. I've done the expedition to kill him, and then I've also done the special investigation, and now I have, in this video, completed the optional quest. So at the very least, I've technically done the newest update for World. So I'm keeping up, guys. But either way, I'll see you guys in the next video of Random Hunts. Until then, stay safe. I don't know. See you.